She thought I'd be gone until nightfall, but fate had different plans. It was a normal Thursday morning when I left home. Nothing unusual, nothing hinting at what was waiting for me. My name is Ethan, and I used to think trust was the backbone of marriage, that if two people truly believed in each other, the relationship could survive anything. For 7 years, I held that belief close because of Claire, the woman I expected to grow old with. I never imagined how quietly trust could shatter, how silently a life could crack open. I wasn't supposed to come home early. I'd packed a full lunch, prepared for a long shift at work. But halfway through a meeting, the entire office system crashed, and our boss dismissed us a day, telling us to catch up from home later. The idea came to me instantly. Surprise Claire. She used to love surprises, back when they triggered her laughter instead of that faint irritation she'd begun showing lately. Driving home, I couldn't shake the odd distance that had settled between us in recent weeks. She'd been distracted, guarded, always keeping her phone close. I blamed stress. Her job was demanding. They were always drowning in deadlines. I told myself not to be suspicious. I wanted to be the husband who trusted, not the one who doubted shadows. But when I turned into the driveway and saw her car already parked there, my stomach tightened. She had said she'd be in meetings the whole afternoon. Still, I tried to stay calm. Schedules changed. Nothing unusual. The moment I stepped onto the porch, something felt wrong. The house was too still, too quiet, except for soft music playing inside, a slow, intimate melody that didn't belong to a lonely workday. My heartbeat quickened. I wasn't creeping in, but I also didn't call out her name. Something in the air held me back. When I pushed open the door, I heard it. Movement on the second floor, a thud, then a sharp whisper. My chest tightened as I froze, listening. Claire's voice drifted down, low and anxious. Then a man's voice followed, just as hushed. My hands went cold. I stepped onto the stairs, each footfall feeling heavier than the last. Denial battled reality in my head. Maybe it was her brother. Maybe someone needed help. Maybe anything that wasn't what I feared. But then came a sound that broke every excuse I had been reaching for, a man's breathless laugh, followed by Claire urging him to hurry, because he might come back soon. I stopped midway up the stairs. That was the moment everything inside me ruptured. Not slowly, not quietly. It was like a bomb went off in my chest. I climbed the remaining steps, needing to see the truth with my own eyes before my mind would accept it. The bedroom door was slightly ajar, voices drifting out. Urgent, intimate, unmistakable. I pushed it open, and the world I knew died right there. Claire was tangled in our sheets with a stranger, tall, fit, the kind of guy she once joked she'd never even look at. Her face turned white when she saw me. The man stilled, eyes wide like he'd been caught in a spotlight. Ethan, oh my God, this isn't. I lifted a hand to silence her. I didn't want an explanation. I didn't need one. Nothing she said could undo what I saw. The man scrambled out of bed and grabbed his clothes. I didn't yell. I didn't scream. I just said, "Get out." My voice sounded nothing like my own, calm, detached, already miles away. He bolted. Claire collapsed into tears, pleading, reaching for me, but I felt nothing. Not anger, not heartbreak. Just a cold, heavy numbness. "Why?" was all I managed. She broke down, rambling about loneliness, stress, feeling unseen, anything that made it sound like a moment of weakness instead of a conscious decision. But cheating doesn't just happen. It's a staircase built choice by choice. I walked downstairs, needing distance from the room that no longer belonged to me. The living room looked unchanged. Our framed wedding photos, our couch, that decorative piece she bought years ago that said, "Love is a promise." I almost laughed at how ridiculous it looked now. She came after me, begging me to stay, swearing it was a one-time mistake, promising to fix everything. But she'd invited another man into the life we built together. That wasn't a slip. That was intent. I told her I needed a few days away. She clung to me, sobbing harder, but the connection between us had already snapped. When she grabbed my arm and whispered, "Please don't give up on us," I finally looked at her properly, and I realized I had already lost her long before today. I'm not giving up. I said quietly. You already did. I walked out with a small bag, closed the door behind me, and for the first time in years, everything felt brutally honest. Painful, yes, but real. I didn't know what my future looked like, but I knew one thing for certain. Healing starts the moment you stop fighting for what broke you and choose yourself instead.